Okay, hello. How's everybody doing? Well, this is going to be a video on artwork with Art Talk, and it's preparing for the next Animar. I think it's one. I'm not sure exactly the number. 117. I'm not sure. But I'm sorry. It's an Animar, and I said it on the last one. Is preparing for the artwork of an Animar called Law and Order. I don't know if it's 117 or whatever. But on the last one, when I was breaking it down, when I was breaking, what was the name? I like to keep remembering, use my memory to see the last one I did, which was not strings attached. It was, let me see if I can get it. This is fun. The last one we did was everything else. Okay. So anyway, I was doing everything else, and I was breaking it down, and I said at the end that next time you're going to see everything for Law and Order, but it doesn't work like that. Because what I do is we break it down, I explain what I learned from it, some tips and things like that about the flash art. And then after that, I supposed to prepare. I'm supposed to give a YouTube on preparation for the artwork of the next Animar, and it's going to be Law and Order. But I usually, when I break it down, when I break one down, after I've done the music on it, I usually give you a sneak peek about what's going to come up next. So anyway, that's the system. It's like in a circle. So I can say that this would actually be the first process of where I talk about the artwork, I tell you what the Animar is going to be, and then I show the artwork, basically not saying anything, just show the art, and then I do the Animar, which is usually a guitar. So, everything is clear, as you can see. I took everything down, and now we're going to talk about the next one. Law and Order. I kind of explained what I wanted in the last one. I was breaking down for everything else, but this is the major part of the Animar where I actually, get into what I want to do. And now we know it's flash art. So what I'm using, I decided would be like string, and I got some kind of it's like a masking tape. So what I decided, it was kind of tricky. It's going to be like the concept of it will be utilizing the laws that I use. Can I say the laws? I guess I can say the laws that I use to create this Law and Order flash art for Animar. So when I say the laws, what do? What am I talking about? Well, the things that happen no matter what, which are the laws of. We're not going to get into there. We'll make it very simple. Which are the things that happen when I do certain things in this flash art. So like I said, I'm keeping it compact, and I'm not saying anything basically, generally speaking, as far as science or physics is concerned. I'm keeping it out. I'm just making this simple as possible. So what I mean, so this is the tape I'm going to use. So what I mean is like, if I stop holding this, it's gonna fall. Okay, it's gonna go down. Okay, so that's one of the laws. I mean, I know if whatever I put up here, if I don't hold it in some kind of way, which is going to be tape, it's going to fall. I guess we can call that a law, okay? Because we're doing law and order. So I'm going to use that concept. So that's one law. So what am I going to do so that doesn't happen? I'm going to use tape. So that's one of the rules for this flash art. Okay? The other ones, of course, still had it. I still had to put tape and everything, but it wasn't about that. So I didn't have to discuss that at all. Excuse me. But I do always think about that. But it has nothing to do with this other part, the other flash art that I worked on. So what I had decided to do was to utilize those laws, okay? And now I just have to find, because I want to start on it a little bit so you can see. Okay, here, I just was looking for the beginning part. I love string. Always wanted to work with this, okay? So how am I going to do this? Well, I said it was going to be in a rectangle in the last YouTube, okay? So it is going to be a rectangle. So now I have to do it orderly. So we know about the law of something falling. If I look at this has the law in it too, you know what I mean? Because look at it, it's going down. So that's the law. Now I got to put it in order, okay? So law and order. These are kind of concepts. It's kind of fun, okay? But you don't really take it serious because you just want to make something beautiful, okay? Excuse me. Okay, so anyway, this is what we have to do. Make sure I'm set up here. So we're going to use the tape. So what I decided was I told you it was going to be in a rectangle. And so I'm going to put this in a rectangle standing up, you know. So I'm going to put it as high, I guess kind of like as high as I can. Oh, I hope that didn't get in there, but anyway, it's going to stay. Okay, so now I got that. I'm not going to worry about how it looks as far as the tape is concerned, but it's very important. So I guess I would just have to do it down to there. I don't know if you could see it. Let me see if you could see this. It's really off screen. So I'm going to bring this back a little bit. And there it goes. I can't go higher than this. Look at it, I can't go higher. I guess I can go higher, but I don't really want to because then it's going to cause me problems when I'm doing it. I'm worried about something. Okay, so then what I decided, there's a square. So what I'm doing is I'm dividing the square in half. I'm not getting too much into mathematics or whatever, but I'm going to divide it diagonally, Everybody knows what a square looks like. Let me see if I'm going to put it this way. I mean, I can't do this because it'll get into not this. The square is going to be not up, down. I mean, square is not going to be, up and down. Okay? If it was like this, it would be like sideways. But we're going to make it vertical square. Let's say vertical square. The other one will be a horizontal square. So I'm just going to cut it here. Not really measuring anything. And then I'm going to get this, does it say vertical square? Can I say vertical square? guess I can. I gotta have my little friend here. I didn't get my telephone. I could get my artificial intelligence friend, but he's over there. I mean, my other phone is over there. So let's see if that works. And there we go. So we have a vertical. Not a vertical. Now I'm messing this up. We have a diagonal. Yeah, we have a vertical line, okay? So I'm gonna run to Google after this to see if I said everything right. Okay, so this is diagonal, this is vertical, and this is horizontal. And this is diagonal. Hopefully. Because, I'm not gonna change this tape. It'll just be a mistake. If I get some of the turns wrong, I'm not going to, I can make mistakes or whatever. So if I made a mistake with saying vertical and all this other stuff, it's kind of weird because like when you're doing this YouTubes, your mind sometimes gets into this, how can I say, you want everything to be perfect, but it's just, that's not the way it is, And I learned from doing these YouTubes, you don't learn anything when you keep cutting it off, turning it on, cutting it off, turning it on. That's not what life is about, And I want to I want to perfect that, where I'm actually doing YouTubes and drawing off of the energy of the present, I'm not trying to make everything like, believe me, my concept of perfect is different. This is my concept of perfect. It's doing things, and what people call mistakes, I don't really call a mistake. So anyway, so I got the diagonal line. Now I want another diagonal to go here for this vertical square. But like I said, if I do a term or something, I forgot the word for it, like when you're so, maybe if I find a word I can tell you about it, but we're doing this, and if there's a mistake, if I say, this is a mistake, or this is a mistake, it's just a mistake. You know what I mean? I'm not going to redo this whole video because I made a mistake and said a wrong term. I'll usually, if it's a big thing, I'll put it in the description. Okay? So now I'm going to move forward. But there's just one word I want to use. Because you get so paranoid. A lot of times when you do YouTubes, you have to fight that because sometimes you get like paranoid that everything has to be perfect. What people call perfect, it has to be, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. You always think like that. But this is not what my station is about. My station is a different perfection, and the perfection is being able to get from point A to point B while showing you how I get there. Okay? So anyway, now we have this right here. Now I want to make another, okay, how can I say? I want to make this a square, but I want to show you that it's a square. Now, and I'm not going to finish this. This is just to show you, like, the law. Like, for instance, law and order. That's what this is going to be about. It's, okay, like, everyone knows what I'm talking about when I say law and order. It's like, when I say law and order, it means exactly what generally speaking, what everybody feels law and order is about. But what I have to do is I have to convert it into art. It doesn't have to be precise or anything, but it usually has to have a feeling of what law and order is about, okay? And that's how I do the music, and I want to get very, very good at that. And I've been doing this with the Animars. It's over a year now. So Annie Mars had his birthday. I'm almost sure it's over a year now. Okay? So here we go. So we have the vertical line. Now what I'm thinking is I have to make this a square. Now do I put another diagonal line, or do I want to make, like a straight line? So I've got to think really, really quick and see what I want to do. And I think the option for me to do is make another diagonal line. So I just came to that conclusion. So I'm going to make another diagonal line, and we're going to try and keep it as close to a vertical square as possible. Okay? So here we go. Get the tape ready. Here we go. So I know it's here, and I don't want it to be like what people think perfect is. That means I can't go way out here because it's not a vertical square, a vertical rectangle. That's what it is. Okay, so let me see if I can. I'm going to do it for this point, okay? Another good thing I wanted to tell you about is if you measure, let's not talk about measure because I have a whole section of measuring on Dance Without Music, but now it's termed as American Yoga. So I'm not going to get into that measuring thing that I was telling you about. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Then I'm going to make this as close as possible. I did see like this right here. Look how close that is. You already made the square, it's made the rectangle. I hope you can see that. But now we're gonna bring this over here. So I'm saying if you measure everything and you never ever, how can I say not measure? You never ever approximate, or you do something without a ruler or something. Within that talent that you have, you'll never be able to do it. So that's why one reason that I keep away from not trying to make things, like using a ruler or making sure this is right, because then I strengthen my ability. And as you can see, that looks very good. It goes right along with it, maybe because I do it all the time. Okay, so now we have to make a rectangle. Now we have to make, a diagonal line so it shows this rectangle. So I can put this like anywhere. Oh, look at it, I dropped it. So I can put this like anywhere here that I feel is the rectangle. And there we go. Okay? Now this one is kind of off. I can see that right there. It's kind of off, but I'm going to keep it like that, okay? And, like I said, I fight this paranoia to have everything like perfect and straight. So that's going to be it for the triangle, for the rectangle. And then I'm going to put a tape here. I guess I was going to put one here too. I don't know why. Just to keep it stable, I guess. Make sure it's stable. Okay? And this comes off. This is very good. I always use something that's easy to come off the wall. Thank you very much. Okay? I don't want to use a real heavy tape, because this is flash art. You're just going to is just going to be taken off once I finish it. So have that there, have this here, and have this here. So you can kind of see the rectangle. But it may be a little bit off, which would cause it to be another shape, but we're going to say rectangle no matter what, okay? So it may be another shape, you know, I think they would call it. It's not a pentagon, it's called something else. I can't remember the term. A polygon or whatever. But I'm not going to worry about that either, okay? I mean, because I could still make this go right here and I can even it out, but I'm not worried about that for now. But from doing this, I can see what I want to do next. So what I want to do next is, okay. So what I want to do next is I want to divide this into a half, okay? Remember, the terms are not that important. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. Okay. So anyway, I would do it from here to here. So if that's the half, it's going to be a half of the rectangle. A horizontal half of this rectangle. Okay? So I'm pretty much using angles, I guess you can say that. But I can't say it's angles because it is a rectangle, because I'm thinking about a rectangle. That's what's my notion is to divide this. We have the laws, and now I'm making the order to go along with law and order. So see, I'm going to make that right there, okay? And I want this. I'm not worried about the square at this point. So it may even be something different than a square. I could change that, you know. It's still going to be law and order. So I'm going to bring this here. And this is the laws. I'm not saying, and whatever you think, I'm not saying law and order. I'm not saying the law of gravity, because we don't deal with gravity. Like I said, we're keeping it simple. And that's another section in American yoga and dancehall music. We don't believe in gravity. But that's just the point. If you want to know why, go through the videos about dancehall music, go through the videos with dancehall music, which is now called American yoga. Okay, so we have that now. Now, I have to stabilize this. If I stabilize it, if I say I'm going to stabilize it, I would have to put something here, okay? Because this is order now. I'm working with order. I have to stabilize it here. According to, I can't really explain it, but according to my outcome, the things that I want from here, I had to, these are all rules. The rules that I'm making. I can't, since we're talking so much about law and order, and I know flash art, like we said, has rules. But I can't relate to you the rules because we're talking about law and order. Because they would be like canceling things out, or it'd be kind of more confusing, since I am doing one that has law and order, and a lot of the things in law and order coincides with rules. So I'm not going to explain about the rules that I have already in place for this Animar because we're talking about Law and Order, if you get that. You know what I mean? I don't want to make it confusing. I don't want to be confused. So here we go. We have that one. Now I want to do a straight one. We're going long with this because it's so easily achieved. The things that I want right now is very easy to achieve, which makes it good for the YouTube. But if it was like hard to do, I wouldn't be able to do it because, you know, you're the most important and I'm trying to keep you interested in this. But because of the way the art is going now, it's very, very, it's easy for me to actually do this. So I gotta now I'm dividing the verticals, I guess, I can say. And there, that one's gonna be up to about, let me do something, okay? So I can get the bottom part. So I'm putting this right here, and then I'm going to measure this. Let's see, okay. It will work. Okay, so that one's right about there. So I'm gonna cut it. It's not exact. I'm not gonna do anything exact like I told you. Okay, so here we go. Oh, something. Look at my string. My string fell. Okay, so here we go. We gotta make sure one time. I don't want to mess up my video. My pants are really messed up. I remember I did a video and it was like, when I turned around, it was, I couldn't do that video. It made me so upset. So, okay, so now that one is going to be here, right about there, I would think. Okay, right about there. And I'm pointing from there to there to there, which is good. Now let me put the other one. And that seems to be like, wow. Let's see. Make it kind of tight. Not tight, but it's not exact. But there we go. Then we have another one. So now, these are rules now. I mean, we're making an order, but they're rules for the flash art. If you follow these videos, you know that I have rules. But like I said, I can't tell you the rules because we're talking about Law and Order. It would kind of mess it up. Okay? It would just get in the way. So I'm going to put one here. It's not, I can't touch this. Okay. And one here. Okay, but I'm not going to put it here because I already got one here, just to bear with me. And then you're going to see how this works. This is important. So I can't really explain it all now, but I'm telling you that, I hope you can hear because somebody told me when I turn my back, I got to speak louder. So anyway, see, I'm going to utilize this. So I'm not going to put another tape there because it has tape there. But this one has tape that has to be there. And the last part I'm going to do is to do this to there, this to that diagonals. Okay? And I don't want to keep it a square. I mean, we're going to call this a square no matter what. But if the measurements are off, it could be called something else. But I'm still in my mind saying it's a square, okay? Like I said, I don't want to be paranoid about this because if you never do this, then like I said, you'll never develop that strength of seeing things, measuring your natural measurements. Like I said, there's a measurement. YouTube is under Dance Without Music. It's under Dance Without Music slash. It could be either Dance Without Music or American Yoga, because Dance Without Music turned into American Yoga, but they're interchangeable for these videos. Now I gotta get down here, and I don't like to leave screen, so I don't like to leave screen while I'm talking. Okay, so I kind of pretty much keep on here because I gotta pick up the string because it fell. Okay, so anyway, now I'm gonna go down. I keep my hand here. I gotta keep myself on screen because, like, I keep myself on screen because I don't do thumbnails. I put all my energy in the explanation of the YouTube, and I don't know. It just randomly picks a thumbnail. I guess that's what they call it. And I want to be on screen. You know, I don't want to be off screen because I don't know. I don't want them to pick a blank, me not being in screen for a thumbnail, if you understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so anyway, so now we're going to do the diagonal here. And like I said, it's a square, but it's off, most likely. And I don't care that it's off. But we're still going to call it a square. And pretty much, this one's going to be pretty finished pretty soon. I'm just having so much fun explaining it to you now. So we're going to put this one up. Because we're making, and that's another thing. When we do this, I can't put a tape on the tape. That's a rule, but we're not talking about rules. And now, let's put this one here. Oh, it has to go here. Like this. Oh. This one has to go, oh please, let this tape be good for the wall. I made a mistake. It has to go here, okay? Right there. This point is important and this point is important. Okay. So I have a little bit of string there. And then after I finish these triangles, after I finish these these squares or these little rectangles, and that's going to be it. But it's so much fun doing this while I'm talking. I never had that experience from a long time ago. That there, okay. So I'm going to cut this, and we have another one. I think I'm going to finish it here. Finish the YouTube here pretty soon. Okay. So we put that there. Okay, yeah. And that's it for that one. And this one. Where are we at? This one here. Okay. So you can see, like, right off the bat, it's gonna be, it's kind of, look, it's kind of off. It's definitely off. So, but I can't help that. It's going to have to be like this. I know this is off. You know? So anyway, that's the way it's gonna work. Okay? So since I did that, I just want to show you the next ones. See how they turn out. So this one, I gotta make it longer. Right about there, that's good. And then one more, and then that's going to be it. I want you to see the shape of it for now. So here we go. I'm putting this one like right here, and this one goes from here to here. That there. And this here. Okay. And then there's going to be one more, and that's it. I'm sorry, excuse me. Okay, so this one's going to intersect here and here. We're going to take this, and it's going to be the last one, so you can see that it's not a square, but you never can tell what I'm going to do. Maybe I can still make it a square, but I have to do this way. Okay, I'm going to bring this one down right here. Okay, that goes there. And then this will be this one up here. Okay, and that's it. So now the only thing I have to worry about, like, this is an intersection. I mean, I'm not going to do anything there. I did do the intersection here for this first one, but I didn't do anything for this one. So, I was thinking, I don't want this to be like this, so I might take something there. Or else I could just cut that off. But anyway, that's it for now. And I hope everybody gets the idea. So that's it for now. And like you could say, you can see that there's law and order in there, right? You can see that. That's really neat. So next time you see this, it's going to be, the artwork is going to be finished. It's going to be called Flash Art, the number of the Animar, and the title is Law and Order. So thanks a lot for coming along with me. You can see how this is building up to where we're going to be able to do after a while, we'll have so many rules. And in this one, we didn't talk about the rules because we deal with properties and things like that because of the fact that it's called Law and Order. But as we keep going on, you see how things develop into Law and Order. I mean, as far as the Flash Art is concerned. It's a different kind of art because it does have rules. It's totally 100% artistic. But after a while, say maybe about a year or so, if we keep doing it, you're going to see how it's going to have its own art form as far as Flash Art is concerned. So thank you very much. I'm glad you dropped by to see the preparation for the Animar. I think it's 117. I'm not really sure. Something, the number of the Animar, and this is called Law and Order. Thank you very much. See you later. Bye.